All right, and welcome to the playoff preview show. It's playoff time. It's almost March. We have a huge cast of characters, and I mean characters, joining us on the show. No, the audio isn't messing with my voice. Just deal with it. We have chats coming in already. All right, so it's going to be a fun show. Let's meet the crew we have here today. You guys can comment in real time, and then we'll get to see them as well. First, some of our analysts, Ryan Welch. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Joey? How you doing?
All right. Awesome. You might recognize some of them from the post-game show. Nate, what's up?
How's it going?
Good. I don't know if I'm going to regret this. Meyer. Hey. All right. Greg Horn from the Weekly Rebound.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Greg, you can't flip-flop on your picks, right?
Oh, I have my same picks down.
Okay, good. Just want to keep that straight. I don't want anyone calling you out like Meyer. That's all. You gotta watch your back. Eddie also joins us. What's up?
How you doing, Joey?
He has on his probably
the two worst teams.
Right. I was gonna say something about sad fans and stuff, but Eddie joins us, and Dave, the lone mobile, he's here.
What's good?
So where are those maps behind you for the
map.
treasure or something?
Puerto Rico, baby.
All right. Awesome. All right. So hey guys, it's playoff time. We do have the first round and quarterfinals going down tomorrow night, Monday at InSports in Trumbull. We're going to put the bracket up in a second, and I'll do that while I talk. But we do have, and I can't even pull it up. Awesome. So they're going to see our Slack right quick. But we're going to open up the bracket for you guys and have it on the screen. You guys can see who the winner of the 8-9 plays. But, guys, we'll go right in order for now. Ryan Welch, which of these matchups, we'll kind of jump around, we'll make some picks at the end. Which of these matchups is most intriguing to you and why?
I'm really looking at, first off, in the first round, Run TMC and the Chasers, just because I feel like it's the most evenly matched. There's an argument for Sportslook and Rim Breakers just because Rim Breakers is such a tough team. But I really feel like, especially if you guys have Reggie, I really feel like that's going to be a good game. I feel like it'll be a high-scoring game. I don't know what Greg picked out for the spread, but that should be a high-scoring offensive affair. Every missed shot, David Armstrong, is going to rebound. So, that should be a good game, good first-round game.
For sure. Nate?
I'm looking at Rim Breakers and Sportslook. I think what I've seen from Rim Breakers so far, granted it is a regular season. They tend to get a little laxatives, go on defense. They let teams go on 10-0 runs against them. But I think in the playoffs they're gonna buckle down a little bit, and I think they're gonna give Norco a run for his money.
Yeah, for sure. Meyer, so a ton of good matchups in that quarterfinal round, which will be going down tomorrow night. Which one, is most intriguing to you?
No, definitely Sportslook and Rim Breakers. I think that we all want to see Jeff Norco, the Rookie of the Year candidate, against Quintuan Miles. And I think that the Rim Breakers, they're just a hard team, and they're not going to want to lose. So they're going to play their best out there. Well, that's every team, isn't it? But also the Young Kings and Nick Strong, that's a sleeper. That's a sleeper game. I think that's going to go down to the final buzzer as well. The rest of them, kind of blowouts, but second round's going to be fun to watch, though, too.
For sure. Meyer, what kind of cereal you got behind you?
Oh, Special K.
Okay, just wanted to, for the people wondering. Greg, we're going to do spreads last. So let's do most intriguing matchup for you from any of the games taking place tomorrow.
I gotta agree. I like the Rim Breakers and Sportslook. The last time Rim Breakers and Sportslook played, the Rim Breakers shot 3 of 16 from 3. If they hit 5 more of those shots, they lose by 3 to Sportslook. And Sportslook had Tyrell Holmes that game. They haven't had Tyrell Holmes since that game. So he's the perfect matchup for someone like Gerald McLeese or Pooch or even a Rich Bronson or he's just that guy who can guard them. I don't know if anyone on Sportslook can really guard Pooch or guard Gerald McLeese or even really guard Richard Bronson, especially if Tyrell Holmes doesn't go. And I know Norco can do his job, but I don't know if Norco's been in that moment before. Well, I absolutely know. I remember Rich Bronson before the season came up to me and said he wants his revenge on Mike Davis. So I think Rim Breakers want it.
Huh. All right. So that'll be very, very interesting. Eddie, if you can't pick your matchup, which one you like?
I'm going to agree with pretty much everyone else. I like the Sportsbook Rim Breakers matchup. Going back to the whole playoffs and experience thing, I know the Rim Breakers had a tough loss in the summer playoffs to your team, Joey.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a really interesting game. I mean, Sportsbook's had a really good regular season, and the Rim Breakers have been a little inconsistent, but these are probably two of the more talented teams in the league for sure.
Yep. And Dave.
So I didn't realize that Meyer was going to talk about every team, so he kind of beat me to it. But I'm looking at the playing game, the Nick Strong versus Young Kings game. When I talked to Nick Strong last week, Taylor Pierce told me there's going to be some upsets that they're going to pull, and Anthony Visacchio told me they're one and done. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nick Strong team we get.
For sure. And so as you can see the bracket there, we were talking about this before, but I think we'll do, most likely upset in a second, but the bracket is back up on the screen. Chasers as a 5 seed, Rim Breakers, we talked about, how they made a semifinal run, nearly a finals run last season. They're a 6 seed. And so Sportsbook, you're 7-2. I think you get a favorable matchup. And it's the Rim Breakers waiting for you in your first playoff game. And Shocker City Team Moose, no one touched on that one. I'm going to throw this to Greg really quick. And I think Eddie can touch on this too, just on the Team Moose of past. I know it's a different team. I know it's not the same Moose team. But for a Shocker City team that has one loss, again, they're, in the first round, they're going to get Team Moose, who's been here, done that, brings the defense, knows how to play. What are you looking for quickly, Greg, in Shocker Moose?
See, this is my thing. If Team Moose had Melquan Horton, Kevin Blake healthy, Brad there healthy, that's a team that probably finished the season with the over 500 record, without a doubt. My problem with them is they've turned into this team that shoots a lot of threes. Will Ingersoll has taken 63 threes this season. Team Moose has never in their legacy leagues lifespan taken 63 threes as a team in the regular season. So it's just this team's different now, and I worry if Matt Machosi can shoot with Shocker. I don't know if you don't want to get in a shootout with Mike Dave. Jason Hernandez right now is first in the league in 3-point percentage. I just don't think you want to get into a shootout, but Kevin Blake's health is the big question. If Kevin Blake's healthy, they can make this a game. I don't know if he is. I'm really worried about Kevin Blake and his health because we've seen Team Moose over and over again, no matter how less, they always kill me for this, how less talented they are than these teams. I know they're going to hate me for saying that, but they are, but they're just, they're more fundamental and they're more fundamentally sound and they play better basketball, but I don't know if it's going to prevail against the Shocker City team. I think Shocker City's motivated too and pissed off.
Right, for sure, especially after the Flint thing. I'm going to reshare this bracket with you guys, and this is what is up on the screen. We'll go kind of backwards this time before making some picks for each of these matchups. Dave, and is Steven joining us?
Yep.
Welcome. Steven, what's up, bud? All right.
What's up?
So we
Sorry for being late.
No problem. Just join mid-show. It's fine. You're I wouldn't expect this from you. I'd expect it from somebody else on the show, but not Steven.
Connor.
Connor. Not who I had in mind. Steven.
Yes.
Which of these matchups is most intriguing to you? Do you have the bracket open?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one are you keeping your eyes on from the first round or quarterfinals? Anything happening tomorrow night?
You know what? I think I like the Sportsbook Rim Breakers maybe as a potential upset. I like the way the Rim Breakers play. They always play with a ton of energy, and when it comes to playoff time, that's kind of what you look for. Maybe a team doesn't have as much talent you say as Sportsbook, but if they come out and they're given basically everything they got for 40 minutes, then anything can really happen, especially come playoff time.
Yeah, and that's a great transition. That kind of leads right into our upset picks. So, Dave, what's your most likely upset? We talked about how a lot of these lower seeds really shouldn't be lower seeds, but they then get a higher seeded team that's going to be hard to beat. Dave, first, which one of these? Forget the 8-9 for a second. So let's talk about Run TMC Chasers, Sportsbook Rim Breakers, Shocker City Team Moose. Which one do you think has the best chance to be an upset seeding wise?
Out of all of them, strictly because you told me that your team should be at full strength tomorrow, I'm not gonna say you guys. I think I'm gonna go with Sportslook. I think the Rim Breakers have a really interesting play style, and they have a lot of pieces that could get a lot of stuff done. And I think they're my number one for an upset at this point, despite how much I like Sportslook and how they play.
Yeah, and the thing with the rim breakers, we never know. Have they been playing? Have they not? Like, is this what they are? Do they have another level? Whatever they've been saving, they're going to need it tomorrow night because sports looks no joke.
I think
And if
Carl's about to drop 22.
well, there you go. So they're going to need a big game from Carl. Eddie, we'll go to you real quick. We know it is Nick Strong, Young Kings. We'll let you give the key to that game since we're not talking about that as an upset. It would technically be an upset for you guys.
Oh, it would be a big upset.
I mean, technically, your one win was when a team didn't show up. So you haven't actually.
We don't have to talk about that.
Joey.
Okay, cool. Because winning is as people have come out, win's a win, first of all. But they come after me on Twitter about MVP stuff. We're going to get to the awards. But, Eddie, what is the key in your game for Young Kings to take down Nick Strong?
I think, personally, for my team, Young Kings, we need to play defense. I mean, our offense, I think Destin Simmons might be the best shooter in the league. So I think we can score with pretty much any team in the league, but if we can play even a little bit of defense, I think we should win this first round game with not ease, but I think we're the more talented team. I think we can win, but I think it's going to be a really, really close game in the first round, and whoever wins that game probably has a tough matchup in the quarterfinals, to say the least.
For sure. They would then play the Flint Tropics, as you can see here, at 10:30 that same night. So it's going to be a very tough road for either of those teams. Greg, back at the bracket, the quarterfinals. Which of those is your most likely upset?
Speaking of what Eddie said, the top two scorers this year with most points scored were Anthony Vasecchio and Destin, and their teams went a combined 3 of 15 with their records. So, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just interesting how the top scorers did that. But, I mean, I think it's Sportslook Rim. I don't think there's even a debate here. I think you guys are full strength. Dominique Langston hasn't been here the past 3 weeks. There's no way in hell the Chasers are going to play with you guys. Shocker City's about to beat Moose by 50. They ain't even going to compete. And Sportslook, I mean, look, in the words of Shannon Sharp, I said it on the pod. Team Moose is eating L's. Shocker City's eating dubs. But look, Rim Breakers, I think I'm picking them. Rim Breakers are going to beat Sportslook. I picked them on the pod. I'm picking them against Sportslook. I think Richard Bronson's better than most players on the court in that game. I think that Jeff Norco is going to do his thing, but if there's no Tyrell Holmes there, I don't know how. Dan Corcoros plays too much of his game by the 3-point line to really make it that much of an impact down low. That's just what I think.
Meyer, let's do it. All right, you're upset.
Well, Joey, I got 3 upsets for you.
Oh my God.
First, I'm going to start with the Young Kings. All right. First, I'm going to start with the Young Kings against Nick Strong. I honestly think that if Nick Strong the Young Kings, if they play the right way and they have DJ Foster as an actual big man, not a stretch.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Because, if they have him down low rebounding, they can definitely get the win down there. Destin Simmons is unguardable. That guy's been shooting unbelievable percentages. And if Eddie, if you show up, baby, oh, yeah, definitely can pull on. The Chasers against Run TMC.
Can I mute Meyer? Is that a thing?
Do it.
Go ahead.
But Dominique Langston is the LeBron James in that matchup. I don't think that anyone on your team can guard that man. I think he's going to go off for at least 25 to 30 points. And David Armstrong, the double-double machine, I think that he's going to have a great game too. And I think the Chase is going to, I think they're going to show up. Sorry.
Yo, DJ Foster. DJ Foster's taking as many threes as field goals this year. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. If he just played as a big man, they can honestly win that. But hold on, let me finish.
Well, real quick, I just want you to know Nate just yawned. You just yawned. Seriously, you really did just yawn.
Wait, Nate, you yawned at me?
Oh yeah.
All right, Nate.
I don't want to call Meyer out, but he did it earlier too. So
wait, hold on. Oh, damn.
Oh, dude. All right, Meyer.
Joey, I got one more. I got the Rim Breakers going.
Good.
Yeah. And I think the Rim Breakers, they've been playing around in the season as of right now, just playing in the game. But Kintuan, he's going to turn up. Carl Fairfax, he's going to turn up. The whole team, they're big. They got
Greg.
Greg. Yeah, but I think the Rim Breakers is going to pull up the upset over there.
All right. Nate, do you wanna explain your yawn?
Yeah, I mean that was a little bit overkill. I don't think any of those will happen, but we'll let him have his moment.
What's your upset? I'm gonna put the bracket back up.
Most likely, I think the upset is the Rim Breakers. I'm not gonna say right now if I think it's gonna happen, but I just think that's the most likely.
Okay, how come?
just for one, I think the Rim Breakers are more talented than a 6 seed. I think they're probably a better overall team than probably the Chasers. So they should be at least one more spot up. I just think they're overall they're more athletic, faster, and as long as they move the ball around, I think they'll be fine.
For sure. Greg, how come you got up in the middle of Myers' thing? Was it something you said?
No, I just wanted water. I agree with Meyer. Rim Breakers. I agree.
Everything. It was everything he said.
You agree with the run TMC against the Chasers too, right, Greg?
See, if Dom Langston shows up,
that's what I'm saying. If he's gonna show up,
he gotta show up. He hasn't been here the past 3 weeks.
Last time they played Run TMC, what happened?
All right, Ryan, what's your upset?
All right. Yeah.
See, the thing that sucks about my upset pick now is that I have to agree with Meyer because he picked all of them. But I really think that the Chasers can beat TMC. I really, really think that for exactly what Meyer said. I really think that if Dom Langston shows up and he goes off, I really think he can outduel Reggie Stewart. David Armstrong, probably the only person in this league who can go toe-to-toe with Eric Langston. So, I mean, I'm going to have to go with Chasers and TMC. Rim Breakers, that's a good upset pick too, but I just really feel like Chasers would be the best upset pick.
Greg, do you want to I don't know if you have a clock. Do you know what time it is?
Oh, I do.
It's playoff Reggie time. I'm not sure if they're aware. Do you want to explain real quick what's going on?
See, Joey, that's not fair because I've never seen Reggie in the
I will say, there. I'll never forget against No Limit. Reggie had, I believe, 48 or something. It was the craziest performance I've ever seen from it was very impressive.
Well, like I said, it sucks because I had to agree with Meyer because he picked them all.
Also, Reggie Stewart's the best free throw shooter in this league, 24 of 27. And
Is he really?
24 of 27.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Jeff Norco's second, though. Jeff Norco's second.
My boy.
All right. And so, what's up?
I think that Reggie Stewart's just going to have trouble with the height. I don't think that he's going to be able to take it to the rack against Dominic.
That's actually a really good point.
He doesn't go. He doesn't go to the rim though. He doesn't go to the rim though. He's going to have
to rely on the jump shot. And if
but he can't. But he's got the reliable jump shot.
No, all right.
Bro, the dude's averaging like 35.
I think it's fair to say it's Singleton. It's going to be come down to Singleton, Langston, and the other guys like Armstrong and Seabrook to win that game.
Yeah.
And Run TMC hasn't played together. They don't have this chemistry.
True. Is Howie going? Howie showing up, Joey?
Yeah.
See, that's why there's so many new guys. All right, that's interesting.
I'm trying to pull up the box score from last time we played. I mean, Reggie had 45 against the Chasers last time.
And then they learned their lesson.
I'm pretty sure.
I think I wrote the article
But
on
that's
that.
the problem, though.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure Reggie had no problem
it's
getting
just
to the rim
Reggie,
last
then.
time. 45.
Oh, they're going to adjust.
Okay.
What did Dominic Langston have? He definitely had over 25 points and a double-double. Definitely.
He had 36.
Oh,
yeah, I wrote the article for that game.
Something over here.
He had 36.
In the fact that he had 36.
They're just gonna. Greg Langston's gonna play for Dom, and it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go back either way. So we're gonna make some game picks. I'll get the bracket up in a second. We'll start with Young Kings, Nick Strong. Let's make some game picks. Give me a sentence why you're picking, who you're picking. Try to keep it moving, and then we'll come back around for some final thoughts because we kind of already been doing this a little while. Greg, Nick Strong, Young Kings. What line we got?
The last time Nick Strong and Young Kings played, Nick Strong won. So I gave Nick Strong 5.5 favored.
Okay. So we have Nick Strong favored by 5.5. Steven, who's your pick for Nick Strong, Young Kings?
I'm a huge proponent of underdogs winning, and I really want to pick the Young Kings to win this game just to, actually get your first real win because, forfeits are kind of they're iffy. But it's hard to pick just an 8-9 matchup. I do think Destin Simmons is good enough to carry the Young Kings. I don't think Nick Strong usually have 4 or 5 guys. I don't think they'll be able to run with Young Kings. So I'm gonna pick the Young Kings.
Okay.
Highlight 2 or 3 though. Nothing ridiculous.
1 for Young Kings. Ryan, who you got?
See, this is really, really tough because these are 2 really good, evenly matched teams, despite the records. But I'm going to have to go with Young Kings just because, Eddie, I think you're a great guy and you do good.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
But I think the depth is just going to prove to be too much for Nick Strong. We talked about Anthony Vesicchio. He's one of the leading scorers. He's the leading scorer on that team. But I mean, Destin Simmons, DJ Foster. I just can't see Young Kings losing this game.
All right, Nate.
I'm gonna change the trend. I'll go Nick Strong for Anthony Vesicchio and no other reason.
Okay.
Wow.
Keeping it short. I like it. Meyer.
Young Kings, and here's why, Joey. Destin Simmons equals Steph Curry. Here, I'll say it again. Destin Simmons equals Steph Curry. This guy is just going to shoot unbelievable from the three. DJ Foster is going to go down low and help them rebound, and they're going to win that game.
All right, Greg.
I just want to say I am going to pick the Young Kings. I just want to say one thing. Everyone needs to appreciate Ryan Florentine. He averages 17 points per game. He's
That's a really good point.
Second in the league in blocks, third in the
strap.
league in steals. He can ball. That man can ball. He's not Destin Simmons, but he can ball with him. But like I said, Destin Simmons is – I've seen Destin Simmons before just get hot, and when he gets hot, he gets hot. There's no stopping him.
Rather than have Eddie make a pick, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10, Eddie?
Tell DJ to play like a big guy.
I'm going to go to this point. I feel like
Tell Meyer will body him up.
in the standings, I feel like we both should have 2 wins because of a certain call that I won't talk about. But
Okay.
but I think it's gonna be a good game. But we'll see what happens. It should be a fun game.
Hey, Greg, you want to say it with me? It was a lane violation.
All
right, Dave, who you got?
I'm on the Young Kings bandwagon.
Listen, there's nobody on Nick Strong that could guard DJ Foster inside. There's no reason for him to not drop 30 in this game. If he does that, that's a Young Kings victory. So I got Young Kings winning.
All right, so there was only 1 for Nick Strong, right?
Hell yeah.
And the rest.
Yeah, Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
Hell yeah.
36 for field.
Sorry, I have to yawn at Nate's answer. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. Okay, wow. All right, Shocker City, Team Moose. We'll go backwards this time. Dave first. Who you got, Shocker or Team Moose in the 2-7 matchup?
Shocker City. Come on, man. They're going straight to the finals. Easily.
The finals? Easily?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the Rim Breakers and Sportsbook might have something to say about that. Eddie?
Oh yeah, I'm really liking Shocker City. I know I'm agreeing with Greg, but I think they win by around 40 or 50.
Okay, so wait, Greg, my bad. What's the spread? I blew it.
I mean, I got the spread at 15.5, but I think that I told you we're gonna, just like Santa Sharp said, they'll be eating dubs in my restaurant.
Okay, Dave, you want to change your pick? Still Shocker by 15 or more?
Absolutely not.
Eddie?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Shocker City.
Okay, Greg, we already know what he's doing. Meyer, Shocker, Team Moose.
Shocker controls the pace of the floor, Joey, and they're gonna run a fast pace game, and I believe that Team Moose can keep up with that. They're an old team related to the San Antonio Spurs. I think that Shocker City is going to take this in the bag.
Greg Daniels.
Okay. I feel bad for all of you.
50-point win. 50-point win.
All right, Nate.
Shocker. Blowout. End of story.
Okay, Ryan.
Shocker by 1 million.
Steven.
I'm picking Shocker, and basically just because the full court press is going to turn into a load of offense, and I'm going to say by 30.
All right, let's go back to the bracket quickly as we have. Let's go to the 4-5. We'll save the most talked about matchup for last. Run TMC Chasers separated by a game in the standings. The 4-5. Is it really an upset? Is it not? We'll start with Steven. Who you got? Well, sorry, and I always mess this up. Greg, what's the spread?
I got TMC favored by 5.5.
That's very nice of you, Steven.
I'm going to agree with Greg here. I'm going to say TMC, and for the sole reason of that, as much as like you lower the rims in this league, you want it to be an inside game. I still think, in a sense, this is a lot like the NBA where it's a shooter league, and I think TMC's got a lot more shooters on the outside. Reggie, Eric Singleton, Eric Langston, everybody likes to ball out from 3, and I think just one guy getting hot could really put something into the team, and I think TMC wins by, I want to say 8 or 9.
Real quick, Greg, he mentioned the word guard and Eric Langston in the same sentence. Do you have anything?
Here we go.
Look, once Eric Langston shooting 19% from 3, and no.
I'm not saying it's a good percentage. I'm just saying that it seems to be it happens a lot.
Okay, Ryan, who you got? TMC, Chasers.
All right, so this was my upset pick, so I kind of have to take the Chasers. I just feel like the Eric Langston, David Armstrong matchup is going to be the most important one to watch. I really think they'll have a game plan for Reggie. I don't know what it's going to be, but they already played him, so they know his strengths, they know his weaknesses. I got the Chasers in a close game.
Ryan, just to point out, Eric Langston wasn't there the last time Chasers played TMC.
And that team
chemistry. That's right.
And TMC was still able to somehow win. I don't know. All right, cool. Do you want to change your pick?
No.
Okay. All right, Nate, who you got?
I got Run TMC by like 11 or 12. I just think that Eric Singleton and Reggie, they're going to be the X factors. I think just their speed alone is going to be too tough for Dom, and I think just because Dom's the main defensive piece of that team, I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with their speed. So I got Run TMC.
All right, Meyer,
Joey, the Chasers. Dominique Langston will go off. He will go off, and
Thank you, Meyer.
From last time. And I just think that Reggie Stewart, you can't rely on his jump shot this time. It's playoff time. I don't think he's built for the moment.
Okay, I didn't go that far.
Come on.
Let me put that on the record. I did not go that far.
For the moment, and I've never seen him really play with Eric Langston. I've never seen them play together as a duo, and this is going to be the first time we're going to see it, and I don't know if the team chemistry is going to be on point. And I think that, the Chasers is going to take this one. I'm sorry, Joey. And adding on to this, every game that I've watched with Run TMC, Joey Zogu has been very – Joey, don't follow me, but you haven't done that well from beyond the
Oh my God. That's a good way to get yourself fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, Joey, I did not go that far.
Meyer, games are postponed tomorrow. No need to show up.
Joey Meyer 1-on-1.
Heard you say you're not sure about the chemistry on?
Eric Langston and Reggie was it Reggie Stewart?
Okay, good, because they've already won a championship together in the Legacy Leagues. Greg, TMC Shocker.
I will say, in defense of Meyer, the bigger proponent, the bigger Langston, the duo was Greg and Reggie.
Okay, but I'm still in back, Greg.
No.
Whose side are you on?
I will say though, I remember. I believe it was the winter 2017 season. Reggie Stewart played a team by No Limit. No Limit used to be like, they were like the Flint Shocker. Like they were it. They were that team. Reggie had 41 points, 8 of 16 from 3. He balled out. But you guys pick at Chasers. David Armstrong leads the league in rebounds by over 12. He also shoots over 71% from the field. And the Chasers have the most free throws attempted in the league. If they can hit their free throws,
all hail Greg.
A long way.
Wait,
so I'm taking the Chasers with that spread of 5.5.
So you're on Meyer's side.
I'm taking the 5.5. I think. Look, maybe you guys will win. I think the Chasers are gonna. You guys, yeah, sure. I think Eric Singleton shows up in big games too. But look, Dom Langston showing up gives me reason to pause.
I'm just gonna clip this whole video and just show it to my team pregame.
Oh, I've been through it with Shocker. I've been through it.
Meyer, Ryan, Greg. We're gonna get to Eddie and Dave in a second.
My God.
When Eric Langston and Reggie are looking at you guys after they score tomorrow night, I'd be scared. That's all I have to say.
I defended Reggie. I'll take it.
Eddie, who you got? TMC Chasers.
I'm picking TMC by at least 10, actually. I think Reggie's probably the second best player in the league, right behind Mike Davis. And
might be the best.
I haven't been around too long in this league, but I know Reggie Stewart's for real, and he can play with anyone, obviously. And I think if TMC gets ahead early, I know the Chasers have a history of arguing every single call. So
Facts.
So I think TMC has this win.
That's a good point.
All right, Dave.
Very good point.
I gotta go. I don't know. This game's up in the air for me, but I'll tell you right now, if TMC could rebound, they'll probably pull through. If you guys could rebound and shoot, but that Chasers team is scary on the glass, and it's gonna be tough. They got big bodies, and it's gonna be tough for y'all to get some rebounds. But if you do, I'll take TMC.
So it sounds like you're trying not to make a pick. So who are you taking tomorrow?
I'll take TMC.
Okay. All right, good. So he breaks the tie, just for the record. He saves all you guys. TMC 4, Chasers 3. We'll see about that. Let's pull the bracket back up. Our
Just
last
want to throw
matchup, one of the most talked about when it comes to upsets. Sports look, Rim Breakers. Dave can go first. What kind of Rim Breakers team we going to see? Is Sports look going to show up? It's going to be an awesome matchup. 9:30. Dave, who you like?
I said it before. My boy Carl's dropping 20, and that's going to lead to a win for the Rim Breakers. I think Richard Bronson's going to ball out. I think it's going to be a physical game. They're both two pretty big teams in stature. I think Jeff Norco is going to ball out. Kokoros is going to ball out, but I think in the end it's going to be Rim Breakers.
All right. One for Rim Breakers. Eddie, who you got?
I'm picking the Rim Breakers too. I think I could tell they were messing around a lot this season, the regular season. They should have not have lost as many games as they did. So I'm picking the Rim Breakers to win this game.
Greg, your boy Kayvon, one of the key pieces missing from last season. So maybe that's one of the differences. Sports looks a very good team. They proved it time and time again. Going to be interesting what kind of Rim Breakers team we see. What's the spread? I continue to mess up the whole show. So what's the spread?
I got Sports look favored by 4.5 because they won by 20 last time.
They won by 20 in the regular season. And then Greg, who you picking?
If they had Kayvon, I mean, I wish you guys got this. If they had Kayvon on this team, they would probably have lost one game this season. I mean, I wish they had him, but see, this is a weird game for me because Tyrell Holmes is the huge wild card. And Gerald McLeese. I'm going to put both of them in the same sentence. Gerald McLeese came to 4 games this season, and last season he was I'm pretty sure he made legacy first team, if I'm not mistaken. This season he's averaging 21-7 on 45 from 3 and 50% from the field. Gerald McLeese, I've always said, I think he's better than – I've always said I think he's the best down-low guy in the league, and I remember when Melquan Horton came and he said that. I remember him from our high school. He was the star of our high school. Well, that doesn't mean shit in this league, but – I got to agree with Rim Breakers, man. I think Rim Breakers take this. I think that Sportslook, if they bring Tyrell Holmes, it will definitely make the game interesting. But I think that the Rim Breakers are a classic case of that team that was in the semifinals last year and should have won if not for Eric Singleton's clutch shot. And they looked at the regular season like we don't care about this. And now they realize we're playing Sportslook, a team that's everyone says is better than us. Everyone says should beat us. They're a higher seed than us. Everyone's talking about how great Sportslook is now and how we lost Kayvon and all this shit and how we need McLeese. I think they're going to really come out and really show out. And I think Richard Bronson can be one of the best players in this league when he wants to.
I'll tell you right now, the key is going to be 3-point shooting for the Rim Breakers because we know what they can do attacking the rim. We know what they can do down low. They hit their threes. They're a different team. Meyer, who you got? Rim Breakers, Sportslook.
Rim Breakers, Joey. You know why? Kentuan Miles is sick of the disrespect. He's sick of the disrespect, and he's coming. You know, after that time when Dan Nadal kind of, well, actually, we're going to put that aside right now. But I think that Kentuan Miles is sick of the disrespect. He's going to show up in this playoff series. And the thing is that Tyrell Holmes, he can only guard one person. And like Greg was talking about, Gerald McLeese, he's nasty too. So it's one or the other. One of them's going off. They're going to win that game.
Nate?
I'm gonna go Rim Breakers. I think Pooch drops 25.
Let's get Ryan. Ryan is ready to say Sportslook. Get him going.
I am no. I want Steve to go first. Steve,
okay.
All right, because I'm gonna keep trying to go up right now. I'm gonna say Rim Breakers as well, and a lot of it has to do with I think week 5 or 6. I was doing crossover, and I put a video of Kentuan Miles getting dunked on. And then the next week, he went out, dunked on somebody else. I think it was even nastier than the one he got dunked on. And he made sure I didn't forget to never put him on one of those things again. So I think just that scared me half to death. I don't think I can pick the Rim Breakers here, but I do think that they are a team that, like you guys said, kind of treated the regular season like practice, and by the time playoffs come around, they're kind of like, all right, this is our time to do what we need to do. So Rim Breakers by 7 or 8. All
right, Ryan, Lone Wolf.
My blood is boiling right now at the disrespect towards Sportslook. It's like this team is the most physical team in the league. I get that Rim Breakers is physical, but don't count out my boy Jeff Norco, probably going to be the rookie of the year.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
No one's doubting that. He'll probably drop 30. He'll probably drop 30 tomorrow.
He's probably gonna have a double-double. but
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't go from what I've seen from Sportslook this year. I just don't see them losing in the first round of the playoffs, and that's just me. But I'm gonna have to go with Sportslook. It'll be a close game. I think it'll be like a 1 or a 2 possession game, but Sportslook.
All right, we made our picks. We have one pick for Sportslook, and one of the most interesting matchups.
Can't wait to celebrate tomorrow.
Can't wait to celebrate.
So
Well, we
excited.
will be on the post game, talking about all the games. All the games will be left. We will be left with 4 teams tomorrow, and we'll do some Final Four preview in that post game. Stay tuned for that Tuesday day at some point. Any last words? Anyone? Do you want to go down the road really quick? David, anything quickly?
Listen, this season's about to wrap up. Next winter, you got to wait for Kool-Aid Jammers coming, me and Meyer, and that's a whole new champion coming soon.
Okay, Eddie?
I'm excited for the playoffs. It should be pretty interesting. I feel like most of the teams have a chance to make a run, but I think Shocker's a favorite, but we'll see what happens.
There you go. So, Greg, no Flint talk this week. A little hard when you don't know who they're playing. I'm sure we'll probably be talking about them next week, so you can, get back in the bandwagon next week. Any last words?
No, nothing. I can't wait for the playoffs. I'm glad Connor's not on the show. It made it a lot better. I'm excited to see some of these matchups. I think a few we know what's going to happen, but a few you really don't know what could happen. So, we'll see.
Meyer?
Chocolate City, baby. They're winning
Okay.
the whole thing, Joey. They're winning the whole thing. Flint Tropics ain't got nothing on them. I want to at Flint Tropics on that, too.
That's how you make enemies. All right, Nate?
Watch out. X Factor for the entire playoffs. Tyler, prime time, Feldman.
Oh, geez. All right, real quick, Meyer. Before we get to Ryan, I'm having flashbacks. You're going to be playing in the league. You're talking crap against Flint. They've been known to beat some people they know by 100. I'm having some PTSD.
Meyer, I can't wait
Are you
till the
scared?
crossover comes out next winter of you getting dunked on.
Ready. You
so
see this? This
excited.
will never get dunked on.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Like,
Can I do it? Can I do it? Yeah, I did it. Ryan, any last words?
Oh, there he goes.
Yo, shout out KVI right there.
The best thing is he's going to have no idea how to get back in even if he wanted to. So we're totally safe. Ryan, any last words?
I mean, I'm very excited for tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, but Flint's winning, so it's not going to matter at the end of the day. But I'm very excited for tomorrow.
All right. Excitement, Steve?
mine's not actually basketball related, but I am very excited to say, I don't know if you're getting commission off this, but on Offset's new album is a song called Legacy. So I don't know if like it's the league or anything like that, but I don't know, maybe it's the theme song for the league now. No better time to break it out than during the playoffs.
That's true. So our theme song is by a former intern. It was actually made custom for us. We have some Flint Tropic pictures by Greg Horn, some Jackie Moon going on. But it is a custom song, so you will have to check out. Maybe I can contact Offset and see if it was intended for legacy use.
Hey,
yeah, why not? Give it a shot.
I've noticed on Twitter, anything with his name in it, he's retweeting. So that's the best way you could probably get at it right now.
All right, there we go. Steve, I'm going to leave that up to you. Tweet at him, tweet the league. Let's do it. It's all you, buddy. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's been real. We'll see you tomorrow night for the playoffs, quarterfinals, first round. We'll be down to 4 teams before we head into March when things will really heat up. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you Monday night at InSports.
Dave,